Electroblade. Toku for 2. Activate!
Bawa, Greek, fucking, I don't remember. Transformers lingo. Anyways, hello everyone. This is Sean.
It's like...
I know, right?
Granit Bawa
this is Sean.
Yep, that's it.
God damn it! Do we need to restart again?
No.
No. Clearly, this is what third. I'm gonna call this the third try. We're moving forward. Yeah. No more back. Yeah.
Oh man, back and forth, right? But no. I guess I just really miss Big Mac but not huge. But
wow, that's my favorite child. Yes, there's a leaderboard. Jesus, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it does have more episodes compared to this at the moment. I mean, if you really think about it, it is technically Toku is the older child, but Big Mecha was the one that. Well, no, it's the stepdaddy. It's the one that stood around.
Damn. It stepped up. It took the reins.
It took the mantle. It's like, here you go, king.
Oh, what?
Yeah, hell of a start to this show.
Well, hold on. Just to be clear, when Big Mecha but not huge comes back, I am actually working on a homebrew Starfinder campaign for us to do with some miniatures I found online for Titanfall mechs that we can use in a Starfinder tabletop campaign.
Cool. We'll go more over that once we actually get more details on that.
Still
and that will be cut from this episode.
Yeah. Nah. So, gentlemen, it's been a while. Mm-hmm. I know I've talked to Paul, but I haven't talked to you in a while, Will. How you been?
Stressed, mostly. Work's been a bit stressful lately. Hoping that will even out in the next few weeks. But we'll see.
Hey.
You know what else needs to even out?
No.
I would say Gavan Infinity.
Oh, that. Okay, someone has strong feelings. We're only like 6 episodes in, but all right, let's hear it, sir.
Can you? I don't know. Fuck, I can't even remember my goddamn words because it's just been such an experience. But can you blame me? Can you blame me after the last 2 episodes?
Not with how anti-ant you are. How against it you were.
I mean, what can I say? I'm more of an uncle person than an aunt person.
Wow.
Damn.
You know, that's just... And this is coming from the, quote, I'm straight guy.
Go on.
Hey.
I want you to explain that. Go on.
What, you prefer uncles, not aunts?
Dude, I'm a guy. I could be an uncle if I had siblings.
Yeah, that was not my innuendo. But okay, let's move on.
Yeah, I figured that as much. That's why I wanted you to explain. How do you feel about that now, you piece of shit?
I feel like you need a hug, but not from me.
Probably. No, definitely not. Definitely not. So, gentlemen, we are back to Gavan Infinity. We did episode 5 last week, and Paul and I really did not like that episode. But I want to hear Will's thoughts on this particular episode. Do you remember the name of it, Will?
I don't remember the name at all. It took me like 5 to 10 minutes of talking to you guys to remember what happened in the episode.
So it is called Sword and Bullet.
Oh, right. Now I remember. Wow, I completely forgot half until just that second. It's not a super memorable episode for me, honestly. Like,
Nope.
It's just an in-between. I know it was technically quite important. It introduced a bunch of things that we'll probably come back to, blah, blah, blah. But, like, I don't know. I don't think Sadbot's my favorite character, or I just don't like how they're maybe presenting it. I don't know. I don't think I like him by himself. I need him with the other characters to have something to go off of.
And that is definitely more relevant with this week's episode as well. But we'll get into that after we finish your thoughts on last week's.
Okay. Yeah, the hair thing, I was just kind of like, okay, it feels really random, but all right. magic power is alien hair thing.
It was too anime for that, yeah.
It wasn't so much that as just, I was like, all right, whatever, that's a weird power, but it was mostly his, and this is in a show where everyone overacts, because that's what they're supposed to do. His overacting felt hammy, but not in like a fun way, just kind of like, what are you doing? Like you're trying too hard in a show that's already trying too hard.
Yeah. He's like that D-movie celebrity that you end up meeting that just goes really hard in every single role, and everyone else is just playing it, straight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and again, this show is not like the way that they present this one, and even the original that we're watching. They're meant to be very silly. These are aimed at children. Like it's overacting. This is Disney Channel original type of thing where it's more than it needs to be. But for some reason, his just didn't sell me. I don't know if maybe he went just past the line that I have that like everybody else was on in the skirt, but I don't know what it was, but his just I didn't care, and they were inconsistent, but it's a kid's show, so it's fine. Because at one point they're like, the hair's like an appendage, and then they cut it and nothing happens, and then like 2 minutes later they cut it and he goes, ow, and I was like, oh, so now you feel it. Okay.
Yeah, we noticed a lot of continuity issues with that particular episode as well.
The episode just didn't do anything for me. I also don't know, but like, I don't know what they're doing with his boss. Is she gonna be a villain or not? Like, they kind of sort of set her up as one, where she's like, arrest the other Gavans if they show up, and I'm like, okay, Ammo? That's pretty harsh.
Yeah.
I forget what her name is.
Yeah,
but the lady who's his boss, she has a name, but it's not important.
Oh no, it's Ammo. It is. Her name is Full Metal Ammo, because her actual name is Ammo.
Yeah, because the bad guy looking like one of the Elric brothers just wasn't enough of a reference. So
don't ever reference that goddamn awful show on this ever again.
I mean, you dislike that show and you dislike this episode. The bad guy had a red coat, long blonde hair, and there's a character named Full Metal. I know what the writer was doing.
Oh, god damn it. Why did you have to make that connection? I hate you so fucking much right now. God damn it.
You're welcome. So anyways, on to something a bit more...
In case it's not clear, I do not like Full Metal Alchemist. I'm one of the few people who don't.
Everyone loves that show, like every version of it, everything with it, and the stuff that person has made, and then there's Sean.
That's
the only thing he likes is the really dark jokes and memes. Otherwise, he's like, meh.
Yeah.
Fusion, ha!
Fuck you, dude.
Honestly, for that episode, it was kind of eh.
Just fuck you, dude.
Oh,
fuck you. So much. Fuck you. Because it freaking popped. That shirt popped into my head as soon as you said it.
I mean, Doraemon fixed it because
I know.
Because it's that well known of a thing. There's a animation of Doraemon fixing Nina and the dog.
No, I think another show pays homage to that recently came out. I just can't remember what it was, but I know it wasn't Doraemon. It was another anime, like, had a female, like, werewolf, and then they split it and it was a dog and a girl. I was like, oh damn. Yeah, no, there's no hiding that. There's no getting away from Full Metal Alchemist. But
so yeah, that's kind of where I sit on that other show. It's just that episode felt very in between, and I didn't care, and I mostly just wanted to get to this one.
Yeah. So, at least with regards to the ranking and everything else like that, we'll go over those at the end of this episode for both of them at the same time. That way we can try to condense stuff.
Yeah.
So let's move on to this week's episode 6. So this one is called Phantom Thief Fade, or Fade. Yeah, Phantom. Is it just Phantom Thief?
It's just Phantom Thief Fade.
Nope, Phantom. God damn it! Phantom Thief Fade enters. That is literally the entire title. Okay, there we go. So yes, Phantom Thief Fade enters. This is an interesting episode because it's definitely filler. But just like the last one, you could tell that they were setting stuff up to eventually be callbacks later on. And I feel like that they've been doing that ever since the Ant episode, even though that's only 2 episodes ago at this point, or 3. you can see the pattern that they're going with, and that's fine because obviously kids will gravitate toward whatever they want to be as their favorite thing. We have our favorite thing where we all genuinely like Luminous and her partner, so I can understand that.
Kiki and Koto.
This episode also does make some choice decisions where just like you can tell this is still definitely feeling like filler compared to actually being part of like an overall narrative. Am I wrong in thinking that?
No, you're not wrong in thinking that. It did feel like they wanted to bring them back, and this was like the first thing that they thought of to bring them back as that still worked with their character. Because it didn't feel out of character for them. It did feel a little out of character for Reiji just to show up randomly, like...
That was so weird. They showed him at the very beginning of the episode, and then, like, after that, nothing.
Yeah, it was like, him showing up was kind of like, oh, there's a disturbance over there. Well, let's go visit the girls, because there was an energy spike over there. Oh, okay.
That is exactly what happened.
Literally, that's it. Like, it just...
So,
but
it starts off with an interesting idea of mother and daughter on the run from Japanese Shangilis. And I think it's because they keep setting things up that I just want more of whatever they keep on setting up. Like, we got Phantom Thief Fade. Again, we're getting more JRPG references, and there's no way that they didn't, base a lot of this stuff off of Persona or Shin Megami Tensei. There's no way.
Mm-mm.
I mean, honestly, Phantom Thief is a concept that's existed for over a century, and it's been all over different countries and different mediums.
Yeah, but combined with everything that we've seen thus far.
It does feel like they are taking more of a anime vibe and tropes from into this season, into this show. Like, they are wanting to add more of those into it, which I understand. It's a popular medium. It's the reason why the main characters always are wearing the same outfits, and normally in other shows they would change outfits, but Reiji is always wearing the same thing. Kiki and Koto are always wearing the same thing. Everyone is wearing the same outfits, which it's...
Yeah, they also come up with excuses like it's uniforms because they're all employed as cops, so...
One, clearly, certain people are basically just wearing their everyday outfit.
What this show doesn't do, though? And I don't know if I feel good about that yet or not.
What?
It doesn't do rewinds.
Oh, that's because that's not a popular thing anymore.
Yeah.
They don't have to. They can just fix it in post.
Yeah, but it kind of feels like they should at least do one episode where it just feels like the old one. Just do one. I want to see that happen already, just so I can be like, there you go, show callback.
That would be solid.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, is it cheaper to do it?
Watch it be like an entire episode that's actually meant to be played in backwards.
Oh, gosh, that'll be...
I don't know they're going to go that hard.
No. I will say, I
never know.
do feel like the transformation was not important in this episode at all, but they felt like they had to put it in.
It was almost shoehorned in.
Yeah, it was so... Like, it was literally so
just
forced
in case this is the only episode someone sees, they really need you to know that's how this works. That's one of those things.
Because I was like, wait a second. I just watched the episode. I don't remember, like, them doing the, it takes 50th of a millisecond for her to transform into...
You're confusing that with the original show. This one does only 1 millisecond.
Oh, it does only 1 millisecond? Oh, okay. Yeah, but I don't remember them saying that.
The other show goes like, it takes 50 milliseconds.
But this was... I like this episode. It did feel like they try to put a lot of things together all at once. Like,
They absolutely did. They also introduced a new toy that, kids will be flocking for. Hey, kids, do you like crane games? Do you like fishing?
Yeah.
Yep, that was 100% just crane games and fishing, which they attached to their flying robot.
Yes. So let's go ahead and start with the plot. So it does open up with this mansion backdrop on another Earth, and it's this guy who's being not interrogated, but he's trying to get this other, what appears to be a masked vigilante or some sort, trying to get him to track down his wife and his daughter, along with all the stuff that they stole from his vault. Now, mind you, this guy already looks like bad news. Like, he looks like, yeah, he's probably one of those Tony Soprano wannabes, you know, all dressed up in his bathrobe and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, it jumps straight from that to Kiki and Koto. And then, Paul, what are Kiki and Koto doing?
Kiki and Koto are heading back from the supermarket or from a restaurant, because it literally just says shopping. They went on a shopping spree. And as they're heading back with food, they run into this this mother and daughter who the daughter comes out of nowhere and just shoves
She clotheslines
no,
Kiki.
like she shoves Kiki like Kiki owed her money, like, into like these bicycles, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, girl came out of nowhere.
It was not an accident. This little girl just straight up runs up and then shoves the shit out of her. I'm like, oh my god.
It's like, shit. And then literally you hear Kiki on the ground going, ouch, ouch, the pain. I'm like, as Koto is literally like, oh, how are you guys doing? Like, who are you? Are you guys okay? Your friend is on the ground, basically sounding like she's dying, and the only thing she says over to her is, quit overreacting.
Seriously.
It's like, I've seen Truck-kun hit people with less force than that girl pushed Kiki with.
You gotta say, man, hunger does what hunger
does,
you know what I'm saying?
And then find out the girl and her mother are starving, so Koto gives them their food that they got, and then they say that they are not going to the spaceport, they're going to the consulate, because they have to get out of there.
Yeah, they're trying to seek, like, asylum and travel, so they're going to a consulate, because they're probably either from another planet, or I'm guessing it's planet, because they treat planets like countries in this, so.
And then...
They really do. It's an interesting bit of lore there. But, Will, go ahead and take over from this. Like, what happens after they find out that they're supposedly on their way to the consulate?
So they're on their way to the consulate, and then they ask them essentially why, like what they're doing, and they admit that they're essentially on the run from, abusive husband type thing, and they're trying to hide out while getting away. So the girls agree to essentially protect him while they're going to the consulate and try and help him out. We obviously know these are the two people who are being hunted by Guy in Mask. So, I forget exactly what happens right after that. I think they just have Reiji essentially... Oh, no, that's not until later. So, I don't remember how we go from there
it's
to...
a little after that.
It
Where do they go right after that?
It cuts to...
So they're on the road. Yeah, that they're on the road, and they're like slowly trailing behind the two women, and she's like, "Huh, this is a little weird. I really gotta wonder if if they're really going to the consulate or not. Something seems off here." And that's when Fade shows up.
Right. Okay, so it does go right into the Fade attacking them. Okay, I felt like there was something else there. There really isn't. It just goes right into it. So Fade shows up.
This episode moves really, really fast.
Yeah. So Fade comes out of nowhere and just starts attacking, essentially. And when he starts attacking, I think one of them, he loads up a weird-looking tool with one of the Emorgi things, but he doesn't load it with negativity. He loads it with positive energy and then whooshes out an attack, which causes a massive spike in positive energy, which is then seen by Reggie's team, and they really, really quickly go, "Oh, hey, you don't see positive spikes a lot. You're right. That's weird." And then they immediately, like, fast forward into jumping to where it came from, just to, like, completely skip over all of that. And then he does that. It's
like
positive
there's no
energy.
pull on the planet or anything. It's literally
Nope.
just, hey,
No,
check that
just-
out. Boom.
Yeah, it
Check
was
that out. Oh,
it,
hey,
it was
neat.
literally
Bing, 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 and then boom.
yeah.
There.
It was literally like, oh, there's a spike in positive energy. Oh wait, that's the planet that those two girls are from. Yeah, the forensics girls. Let's go. Yeah,
Yep.
just like
Yep.
Yeah, there's no waiting, and
And
it happens so
nonstop
fast.
from that
yeah.
point on.
And we find out that his thing, he can apparently make stuff stretch, which I think is probably a translation thing. I think he can adjust, like, kind of adjust the size, because there are limits. But what he does is he makes a tiny rock super tall, and he sticks one of the girls on it. He makes it come up from underneath her, and she's now, like, 80 feet in the air. Which they never say how she got down from there. She just does. They,
I just assumed it was on a time limit.
I don't know. Yeah, like, they do show things going, like, he'll activate his power and then it'll come back. So I'm guessing it was one of those where he activated it, and then, yeah, after a certain amount of time, it, like, went away because the energy isn't forever. It's not a permanent transmutation. It is just a temporary adjustment. But in this, you'll see him, he does that. He also, at one point, lengthens a pickaxe and makes it all rubbery. He lengthens a plastic, like, pole, the kind you would use to block something. If, like, hey, don't walk
Power
down
pole
this
extend.
way. Essentially. He makes it really long and he trips somebody. So he can adjust the item, but it does go back to what it was originally. And so they establish he's using positive energy when Reiji just comes out of nowhere and essentially joins the fight in the middle of it. But while they're fighting, the girl drops the literal treasure chest filled with stuff, and one of the things in there is a negative Emorgi, and she starts freaking out and is like, hey, no, we're not going back there, which is a very normal reaction for an abused child to have. She starts freaking out, and she spirals, and when she does, it overcharges the Emorgi, and it zaps a bunch of, like, construction workers just off to the side, literally just there.
Yeah,
and
just randomly
and they get zombified and sucked into the fight. They were completely innocent bystanders, and they remain innocent bystanders.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And
Okay,
then
so pause on
Anyone
that
else
real
notice
quick.
the dude with the mechanical arm, with the giant robot arm?
no,
There was one of them that had a giant robot
I didn't
arm. I
realize
was like,
that.
wait, did that thing transform him and give him a mechanical arm? Because
The thing that I
no,
noticed, though, was
it usually
that
just
these
takes them
random
over. So he just had that.
These random bystander fucking construction workers, they got their asses beat.
oh yeah,
They do. And the Phantom Thief actually treats them the best. He wraps them up at one point to, like, shove them to the side, and he's like, all right, don't need to deal with that anymore. Because he's very, like, non-violent, which I know sounds weird to say, but he genuinely doesn't attack, like, anyone. All he does is parry, push things out of the way, and then, like, essentially annoys everyone. And that's it. That's his whole thing.
Yep. Meanwhile, Kiki's the one fucking going around, hey, stop this. Beats the shit out of you.
Yep. She jumps into being a Gavan. Then she essentially casts a speed debuff on all of the guys who were brought into the fight, and they all move slowly. So she's running around in her armor, decking them and punching them and all that stuff. And then Reiji comes out of nowhere, and they're like, oh, hey, it's
Out
you
of
again.
fucking
He's like, hey,
nowhere.
what's up? Literally, in his armor. And then he joins the fight, and he's just there from now on. And then they're fighting, and the girl, I think, freaks out again.
She does, and then she ends up going into the spaceship that's nearby.
Yeah, she runs into a spaceship/bus, and
It was a bus.
It was a bus. They filmed it inside of a just like a random bus. They rented it for the day, filmed her scenes in there, and then had the whole thing be that.
Which, by
So
the
she
way,
gets stuck
just
in
to
there.
go
She's
on-
freaking out.
on
She's freaking
anything
out,
that she's in-
and that's when she winds up summoning the creature because she overcharges the little Morgie so much that it causes a creature to appear, and then they essentially are running around, and Reggie winds up having to fight the creature off to the side for the rest of the episode until he beats it.
So hang on real quick. So going back to the little girl that's inside the bus, anytime they cut to her, it's literally like she's just, they filmed her taking direction, and she's not doing anything else other than just responding to their direction as to what she needs to do. It was very, very weird. And they also do another weird thing afterwards where Reiji, he does a really cool move in killing off the Ammons
the drill.
really, really quickly with the drill.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then they just hold it on him for like 7 seconds, and there's like nothing happening.
Nope. It's just like it was a screen
weird.
and you were loading.
Like, do you remember when we reviewed Pacific Rim Uprising, that thing I talked about that I can't stand about that movie, which is during the montage, and they're just standing there doing absolutely nothing?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was like that.
It's that. Yeah. No, it's it comes out of nowhere. It's a pretty cool scene as far as effects and the drill. He points his hand behind himself so that he has essentially a jet shooting out of his wrist.
Okay, so that's what
and
it
that
was supposed to be.
stabilizes him going forward so that he can push into the drill and like go through the enemy. It's a cool scene. It's just super fast, and then all of a sudden he's there and the enemy's gone.
He also
and he's
pulled
just
that
there
out of nowhere too. Like he's never done it before.
Nope. They don't talk about it. He just, we showed this already, so he can do that now. Okay.
It kind of seems
right.
like any weapon
And,
the big mech has, he has like a
there's a mini
miniature
version.
version of it. Yeah.
I am looking forward to
course.
mini fishing rod crane. That will be fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
So basically, while they're doing that, she's in the bus and it gets knocked over during the fight, and I think it like falls over the edge.
Yes,
Yep.
she caused
And
another pulse.
while it's down there,
It's because she's the one who when she ended up causing that pulse, and the Emmons ended up jumping out. That's what caused it to go over the edge.
and while it's over the edge, you find out of nowhere that Agi apparently just kind of stole a crane and then supercharged it with their alien technology. And when she did that, she's now driving it to the battlefield to help out. And it turns out that they need one just kind of out of nowhere. And so that's happening. And then also they need the giant robot to go down and try to grab the ship thing that she's in. And when they send the robot down, it's down there and it's doing its thing, but robots are heavy, so it starts damaging the little chunk of stone. And they're like, all right, you wrapped it up, hop off and come back up here. Don't bring it with you or anything.
Sense. That was actually kind of cool
Yeah,
that they did
that
that.
they showed it was.
Yeah, that makes sense, but it's a flying spaceship. Why do they need to do any
One
of
of the
this?
wings
They could
burnt
fly
out.
down there, grab it,
I know.
fly back up.
I know.
Like, there's no
I
reason.
know.
This entire episode is pointless and silly. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And so then they use the crane and it's not quite working, so they're like, all right, you know what? We need to, like, really put our heads together and do this. So they mount the crane to the arm of the giant robot and supercharge the crane.
Not only
And then
that,
they have
as soon as
Luminous
she
do the
ended up
actual
swapping
piloting.
her head, all I could think of was that's no Saku boy. That's no Saku. Because they had the big fucking red eye.
It does. It gets one big red eye because it replaces the head of the giant robot, because that's apparently the gimmick and the thing and how it works. So they replace it. It gets the super arm. She starts literally playing a crane game, essentially. Even though in my brain it wasn't a crane game, they were fishing.
Yeah.
Like that was 100%
They were definitely
fishing. And then they really drive that home, because when they get it right and they yank it up, they have the ship go right in front of the sun and there's a twinkle. And I was like, yep. I can already hear the drum and bass from the Sega arcade game that this was ripped out of.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, straight up.
I don't know why.
It's solid. It's great.
I think I'm just a very negative person, because all I kept thinking of was, oh, that girl's dead.
Wow.
That's like just with the yank.
Oh, no.
I mean,
Paul, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at Will actually here picking up on what I said. Fuck. Alright, go ahead, Paul. I'm sorry.
Just how it yanked the ship up. I was like, oh yeah, that girl's dead. That girl's dead inside there.
No, it's fine. This is one of those shows. This is the same reason that Charizard can't kill you if it breathes fire on you. Why a Pikachu can't kill you. Like, that's this type of logic. That's what we're going for.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. But damn.
So that was all goofy, and then it does the denouement where they're like, hey, we don't blame you. We blame your shitty, abusive husband-father figure. and that's when they realize, hey, the treasure's gone. Hey, the Phantom Thief's gone. Oh, and then they try to stop him, and he essentially is like, "Ha, that's cute," and then runs away. Basically,
so
that's essentially what he does.
There's that, but then here's the really interesting moment. So they're all
the
like,
epilogue?
yeah, I think we're going to be okay now. Reiji shows up and goes, yeah, beat that thing, didn't I? That was cool. Anyways, it was nice working with y'all again. Kiki goes up to Reiji and does her little hand signal for, however they decide to do their cop shit.
Oh, no,
that's not their salute.
That's not their salute.
That's a special one.
That was
that's a special
her
one.
doing like a cutesy I love you kind of thing to him, and he does it back to her, and Koto getting pissed off as well.
Yeah, he has no idea what he's doing.
He's like...
He's just mimicking her because he has no idea what it means. He's like, oh, that's funny, and then he does it, and then the other girl gets really mad.
It was kind of shocking. I was like, all right, I guess you're territorial when it comes to being a partner, but what if you're an actual partner?
Yeah, that's the vibe I got there. Oh, yeah.
The Gav vibe?
Yeah, that was the Gav vibe. Gav vibe.
That part was pretty funny. I was like, I didn't know we were going there, and I doubt that's what you meant, but interesting.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure definitely a bunch of people are going to try to pick that apart. Meanwhile, we can just point at it, observe, laugh, and go on to the ending.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then we get the epilogue, which is actually pretty good and right in line with what you would figure they're doing with Fade. Fade shows up. He gives him the thing. He's like, hey, couldn't get your kid and your wife back.
By
and the
him,
guy's
you
like,
mean Japanese Shane Gillis.
Sure.
You can look him up after. You'll see.
He gives him... I know who that is, but I disagree with you. He gives the guy the treasure, and then the guy gets wicked happy, and he's like, yeah, I don't give a crap about the two people. I don't care about them. Mm-hmm. Thanks for all the free stuff. Mm-hmm. And then he lifts one out, and he's like, it looks a little dull. That's weird. And Fade is like, no, it's just really dark tonight. That's all it is. It's dark in here. It's night. You know how it is. And then he proceeds to jump out the window, do a pose, and throw his card out. And I forget what the card said, but it was written in English.
It says...
I think it just said Phantom Thief.
No, it says, Phantom Thief thanks you generously for your treasure.
Yes, for your treasure. Phantom Thief thanks you generously for your treasure. And he kind of stares at it like, that's weird. And it's like, yeah, they're heavily alluding to the audience that Fade took the treasure as payment for what he did, and then cheated this guy out of both the people and the money, because Fade is a thief but not an asshole.
Yeah.
So Fade will show back up, and I'm really hoping that they tie him in some way, and this is not a one-off. Mm-hmm. Because there's also...
ass with a heart of gold.
Yeah.
He's not even a hard ass. He's a jokester. Mm-hmm. He's a lovable rogue.
I said heart ass. Heart ass. Because he's a
I wasn't
thief.
staring at it. I don't know what it looks like.
He's going to steal your heart.
No.
And then the actual epilogue, which isn't even that epilogue, happens, where you show the girl and the woman, and they're eating, and they're like, we're free, we don't really care if we don't have the money, it's fine. Which is also, I mean, that makes sense. They got away, which is all they really wanted. They took the money because that's how you survive when you have nothing. And then, in the middle of them, like, eating and talking to Kiki and Koto, all of a sudden a giant spaceship lands behind them, and some guy walks up and is like, yeah, your meal's paid for. Also, this is yours now. And they just have a spaceship. And I assume what they're trying to say is that the Phantom Thief took the money, kept some of it maybe, but then bought them a spaceship, paid for their meal, and cheated the guy out of everything he wanted. Because that's the type of thief that he is. So
what you're saying is he's a good guy.
Yeah, Robin Hood. He's Robin Hood, but a gentleman thief. I'm looking forward to more of him. It is not just a trope in anime, but just a trope in fiction at this point, and they're fun. I like when the thieves are like, no, I'm not a monster. I love that. It's great.
I agree. So before we get into the epilogue here, the Phantom Thief Fade was played by actor Yu Nusumi. I'm pulling up his credentials right here. But Will, one of the things that I wanted to mention to you before, when we were watching the Ant episode, did the voice of the Ant sound familiar to you at all?
Yeah, he did.
So one of the things that we found out, and I mentioned this on the episode, that guy ended up playing Gendo Ikari.
Oh, in Japanese, I assume. But
yeah.
Wow. Yeah, no, I could hear that. I could see that voice being applied to that character. That's a very Gendo voice.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I was wrong. So, Yunusumi is actually the name of the thief himself. It's actually played by actor Toru Isono. Or Isono.
Okay.
Cool. I really hope we get more of it. That was fun. And again, just continuing the trend of Kiki Koto episodes are the good ones.
Yeah.
Right?
They really are.
Like, get rid of Sadbot. I don't need his bullshit.
Yeah. I don't. He's not interesting enough. They should have had that for someone else.
Yeah. I'm also looking up the Phantom Thief's filmography, and it looks like this might be his first thing because they haven't added anything else to him yet.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Good stuff. He did it well. He pulled off what he needed to. I would like to see more. So
Absolutely.
I did pay attention to little things he did. Like, he really went in on this full-on Phantom Thief thing. Like, there's scenes when he's chasing them, how he's playing with the cape. Like, he keeps opening his arms so the cape will flap around him. I'm like, oh, okay. You really threw yourself into this role.
You know what Paul has a hard on for now?
No, you do not.
Capes.
No.
So
No
Paul,
capes.
finish us off with the epilogue.
Okay, the epilogue... So, well, it's not an epilogue. It's a preview for the next episode. The epilogue was Phantom Thief giving the mother and daughter a ship. A gigantic freaking ship. And running away. The preview shows...
This is the part that I'm going to cut out, by the way.
Oh, the preview?
No, you.
Oh, fuck you.
Damn.
He doesn't like me. He doesn't like me. He doesn't like that I talk. That I have a sultry voice.
No, I don't like the fact. I don't like the way that you talk. That's just. God damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Paul, tell me what they do after the credits.
Okay.
Before they go into the episode preview.
We just discussed this. Phantom Thief is disguised as an ice cream vendor.
No, god damn it. Oh my god. Fuck you. God damn it. Will, you know what I'm asking for.
So there's a moment involving very, very, very dark shades of gray. Next week is, maybe not next week, but at some point in the future, we will have, 3 names. Death Gavan, Black Gavan, Dark Gavan, the bad Gavan. That one with the glowy red eye. He gives a guy an Amorgi, and apparently if it's too strong for you, you just die. Because that guy just straight up dies in front of him. He basically ODs like a drug addict. And then the Dark Gavan walks up and he's like, guess he wasn't strong enough. And just he mugs at the camera with a glowing eye, and then they move into the credits.
Yep. See, Paul,
so
that's all
I'm hoping we'll actually have him show up at some point.
I was actually thinking I went too far back. But, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I did. I am actually really looking forward to the next episode.
I am too, because I feel like it's going to contribute to the overall narrative.
Yeah.
I think we'll finally get Dark Gavan. I think they'll finally, talk to him, and he'll be, a character and not, I swear we're going to use this guy. He'll happen eventually.
We've only seen him twice up until now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're making him out to be, important. Also, they've never shown a Gavan be evil, but they've established repeatedly there is literally one per universe, which means there's either a universe where a Gavan went rogue, or there's a Gavan who ran from their universe or something. They established there's literally only one in each universe. So I'm curious to see what they're going to do with that.
That does make me think if we're going to be seeing on the other Gavan show, the original, if there's any kind of multiversal stuff in that.
I'm curious if there's another Gavan at some point, if they do, or if it's just a cheap where they go, oh no, it's an evil Gavan for one episode and then it's gone and it was just a plot, or if they truly do, this person went rogue and he has to fight his father or something.
Well, didn't we see 5 different Gavan at the very beginning of the first episode?
Oh no, I think he means
of Infinity,
he's
not of the original.
That's what he's talking about.
Oh, of the original. My bad.
You are jumping back and forth. We're going to need to specify which one are we talking about.
Yep. I was talking about Infinity.
Okay, so in Infinity, they shows 5, and I am curious, they didn't even show the ant like that was a total surprise. So I think those 5, they're gonna come together at some point, but it'll be kind of cool to see potentially one-off Gavans who just kind of are there, and then maybe they don't come back.
I really hope that's the.
If they do come back, it'll be like probably like lend us your strength at the end of the last
there will be a
episode.
spirit bomb.
Yep.
But I'd say that wraps up this week's episode pretty well.
I agree. So let's get into rankings. So first we're going to start with Gavan Infinity episodes ranked. We're going to start with episode 5. Now, for me personally, episode 5 is a D. Paul was an F. Do you know where Christian ranked episode 5?
He put a B, didn't he?
He did.
No, I would give that a D. It's not truly a waste of time, but it is as middle of the road as you get. I would tell people, if you watch it and you're bored or you don't care, then just skip it. Nothing happens that's important except these 2 things. Here are your 2 facts. Move on.
Yep, I agree. So, Paul, you were outranked there. This is going to go in D. So, fuck you, Sword and Bullet. You're the lowest one so far.
Is it? Yeah, we haven't had an F episode.
No. But next up is episode 6, which we just watched. The Phantom Thief Fade enters. I am curious to see where you guys put this episode. I'm going to start with Paul.
I'm going to say A episode.
Wow.
Like, if the pacing was a little bit better, I would say it's an S rank episode, but it was a really good episode. I had a lot of fun watching it.
Mm-hmm.
So, before you go, Will, I want to go next.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a B episode.
Really?
Yes. Now, granted, I had fun watching it. I really like Kiki and Koto. It was a very silly episode, but it also made some really weird decisions to the point where I'm like, why are we doing this? Like, it just, like, it wasn't bad, and it's almost an A for me, but it made some really weird decisions for me to where I'm like, I could have done without that. So, yeah, for me it's a B. But what about you, Will?
I would be okay giving it an A. It's really an A or a B. Like, you're not
I need
wrong.
you to make up your mind, sir.
So I would say A because I really enjoyed a lot of it. Yeah, I would say
A. Okay. Now, in our A ranks, we have episode 2 as number 2, and then we have episode 1, the pilot, as our number 3. Where does this go? Now, since you guys are saying A, at least in terms of what it's going up against, for me, I think this goes above the other 2 that we've got in here, because episode 2 was the first time that we actually get to see Gavan Bushido, and episode 1 was the pilot. Personally, I think this does go above both of those. In this ranking, even though I still think it's a B, I still think it goes above those.
Yeah, I agree with that. How about you?
I would agree. I wanted it A, but that's why. Yeah, in my opinion, it is better than those 2 episodes.
Alright then. Let me go ahead and type that in here.
We had the original Luminous as an S rank episode, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yes, we did. That's the only S rank we have
It's
so
such
far.
a good fucking episode. I might have to go
That was
back
a
and rewatch
really
it.
great episode.
Such a good episode.
I think we're gonna have another
bias, okay?
S rank episode.
It's just fun.
Next week. Yeah, we're gonna have another S rank episode.
I want them
hope
to.
so.
I really want them to team up, like, with more characters again, and maybe not be so one-offy on this, and like just let's get the team together. I want them all bouncing off each other. That feels like it would be fun.
Completely agree.
So next is the henshins and costumes ranked. We're not really doing the henshins all that much anymore, so we're basically just kind of doing it as the costumes. We're going to go with the Phantom Thief Fade costume for this particular episode. Now, at number 1 we have Luminous, 2 we have Infinity, 3 we have Bushido, and 4 we have Amaise, the ant. Where would you place Phantom Thief?
4.
Is that above?
That's
Ant?
above. That's
the
replacing
ant.
the ant. The ant will go to 5. Wow.
Okay, shoving the ant down 1 and making okay.
Now I'm gonna jump in. I think it goes 3.
Wow, better than Bushido.
Better than Bushido. Bushido is cool when he's doing action on his own, and like you can see the way that his suit works. But with the two main episodes that we've gotten focusing on him, it kind of like diminishes that value for me.
Oh, I understand what you're saying there. I definitely get what you're saying there.
Honestly, that's a really good argument. I could see that. I like the Phantom Thief outfit. It's clean, does what it needs to, it works. The mask is more than just a piece of nothing. They went with like a filigree type thing. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, I think Sean actually convinced me to raise it up. The thing with Bushido that I've always found kind of okay is that Bushido is literally just all silver with like nothing else going on. And it just...
Barely any blue, yeah.
Yeah, it's just, it doesn't work for me. I just, it's too plain, and I needed something else. And I know that when they light up, there's other stuff, but the other two suits do that too, and they already look better before that. So it's like, that's not an equalizer.
It's also presence.
So, yeah, it doesn't count.
It's also presence.
Yeah.
Because Bushido, even though the suit actor doesn't have a lot to play off of, he doesn't give you anything. Like, the suit actors for...
No, and I think that's on purpose, but...
It's very bland. That's always...
He keeps making that same fucking argument
every time, too. If I'm wrong, he is basic... He shouldn't be silver. He should just be fucking khaki. He is so freaking bland.
Ooh, the beige of the show.
Wow.
So yeah, we would put it above those two.
That's the fucking clip. The beige of the show.
That's where we would put it.
Awesome. All right, so we've got Phantom Thief Fade as our number 3. So we're moving on to the next one. We've only got 2 more rankings left. Next one is Gavan Infinity Favorite Moments ranked. So, just to give you an idea as to where we are with this, we have 2 S ranks, which is Episode 3, Kiki and Koto intros. That's our number 1. Episode 2, at number 2, we have the Zord hallway run, or the Gavarian hallway run.
Yeah, that was pretty bitchin'.
Then the number 3 down to C rank, we have Episode 4, the Ant Henshin and its Flying.
Yeah.
The fuck, man. And then Episode 1, we have the Bazooka at number 4. What would be the best thing that occurred in the last episode? And I know that's asking a lot.
Oh, it's the moment where she gets territorial, runs over, and the audience is just as confused as Reiji, and then she pulls her away.
Wait, no, do you mean...
Because you're kind of like, why is she so mad, though?
No, of Episode 5, not this week.
Oh, of 5?
Yeah.
The preview for Episode 6.
Damn! Damn!
Wow. Wow.
Damn!
Okay.
Shit! How do you tell someone it's a shit episode without saying it's a shit episode?
Viewers, I do not apologize because I am with him.
There were moments in the episode.
We should put in an actual moment rather than just the preview.
I mean, so they were trying way too hard, but it would probably be the moment where she gets to look cool and, like, not just be a person in distress. No, where they free her, she gets a gun, frees herself, and then just, like, starts knocking people out. And it's like, oh, okay, that's the character they're going for.
Oh, okay.
I like that moment, because it establishes her as being strong and having agency, and it does actually establish stuff for her. I would say probably
moment.
That for me.
I mean, it's like one of the only really good moments for that episode.
There's only about 2 in the episode.
What's your other one? Because the one for me is at the very beginning where you actually see Bushido walking down and trying to take on the criminals, and then it just cuts straight to them being arrested. Like, it looks cool, and then it automatically goes to being funny for me, because I'm like, we just missed out on a lot of stuff.
I was going to say probably the part later where he has the sword, I want to say during the final fight.
Oh,
where
the third sword?
Yeah, fucking thinks he's Zoro.
Damn.
It is pretty cool because it shows a bond between him and Reiji, where Reiji blends it to him for the fight, and he's like, yeah, I'll carry it. It kind of like borderline goes against what Sadbot thinks and feels, and Reiji's like, dude, it's a fight. It's about winning, not feeling good. And he's like, yeah, fair tactics. And then
that's true.
You get to see Reiji be like, being rigid when it comes to combat has its place, but this is not it. Mm-hmm. And then he agrees and he takes it with him. That's a cool moment between them, and it shows like budding camaraderie. So that's pretty cool.
I completely agree. You know what? Goddamn, you got me thinking about what I would, because obviously mine's not that great. I like yours of involving ammo. Mm-hmm. But what about you, Paul?
Honestly, I'm gonna go with something neither of you brought up. I'm gonna go with Amo drinking a soda, acting like she's in a 90s Pepsi commercial.
That's also pretty good. Like, this episode is silly, so I am totally okay with us picking that too.
Fuck. Okay, so all right, so we've got 2 votes at least for her breaking free and, you know, becoming, you know, a badass again, or we've got the Sierra Mist of it all.
Yep. I'm down with her. I'm definitely down with her breaking free and shooting up a bunch of bitches. That was okay. I'm down with that one. The Sierra Mist thing is more of like, I just enjoyed that.
It's something we're definitely going to be seeing again.
Like I would love to see.
Hey, they gotta pay the bills. All right.
Like I would love to see that. It literally felt like a commercial, and that she always had a tagline.
They showed the label.
Yeah, she always had a tagline.
Mm-hmm.
That's 100% a thing.
Here comes the hard question for it, though. Mm. Obviously, that's the favorite moment. In terms of letter grading, where does that go? Because remember, we all agreed that this was a D episode, but was that a D moment?
I would say it's a C. C moment.
C.
Like,
it's middle.
Okay.
Like,
now, in C, I'm going to reiterate on this. We have episode 4 with the ant henshin and it's flying around. And then underneath that, we have episode 1, the bazooka. Because the bazooka was just fucking out of nowhere.
It's below the bazooka.
I want Will to go on this one first.
Okay. I would put it probably above the bazooka, because it does have character tied into it. But definitely below the other one, because it has like, it's not just haha funny random. Like, no, there's a point to it, so it does make it a little more interesting. But I would put it above the bazooka, but below the other moment. So.
Okay. And Paul, same thing.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with Will. Yeah, I was originally going to say below the bazooka, but yeah, it deserves. He convinced me.
Okay. So I labeled it as episode 5, ammo is freed and bust a cab.
Yep.
Yes, that's fair.
Now, moving on to episode 6, the one we just watched. Favorite moment from this particular episode? I want Paul to go, that way I can think some more.
Damn. Like, okay, I'm not gonna lie, I love this episode, but there's only one scene that keeps popping into my head every single time I think about this episode, and it's Kiki getting shoved.
Damn.
Okay. Just because,
that's pretty good.
Just because, like, it felt so natural for her character to react that way. And I'm like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. However, I bring you Infinity with the drill killing the Emmons.
That's a pretty solid moment. Yeah. I'm not going to help at all with this when I give you mine.
Go ahead.
Where she gets territorial and then yanks her away, and I felt exactly like Reiji going, well, that felt weird.
Like, what does it
Moving on. These are all really good. All right.
I'm going to change mine to Will's. I'm changing mine to Will's. Because I, at the same time, was going, like, what the hell does that mean? Like, what the heck does that...
It came out of nowhere. It's so random. There's no lead-in. There's no nothing. It's just she's doing it. He's talking to her. You're like, oh, cool, they're bonding. And then all of a sudden, angry, run, you go away. You come with me. And you're like, wait, what?
All right. So, since we got 2 against 1 on this one, we'll go with that one. Now, the question is... What's the letter grade? Obviously, it's Kiki and Koto, and it's definitely super Koto at this point. So it's just like, I think this definitely deserves an S rank for that.
You can definitely drag me into that. I was going to at least put it as an A, but that's like the bottom. Like, this is the lowest grade I will accept.
Yeah.
I could put that in S rank. It's fun, it's silly, and there's 2 of the Gavans and 1 side character who's basically a Gavan involved.
So, just to reiterate as to what the S ranks are for this, we have episode 3, the Kiki and Koto intros, and episode 2, the Gavarian hallway run.
I will go with.
Now, I know that we favor character progression or character mannerisms a lot. I personally think it goes into number 2.
I agree.
Damn.
You're gonna say that you really like that hallway run, don't you?
You really like the hallway run, don't you?
No, I was actually gonna say I wanted it to go 1 because, but let me clarify why. Because
no.
Let me explain.
You can definitely convince us to give it an even better score.
Okay.
Yes.
Because you guys,
is possible.
you guys are just focusing on Koto's reaction. I'm thinking about.
No, the entire thing was really wholesome.
I'm thinking about Kiki and Koto's reaction. It's Kiki being super cutesy and lovable, and being literally like naive enough to think, oh, okay, she did that symbol to him just because she's being cutesy, and her being absent-minded, not knowing how Koto actually feels about her, which made it so much funnier. Like, it was a great scene, and at the same time, that scene put their relationship into perspective. And I'm not saying them in a relationship. I mean the relationship between the 2 characters.
I get what you're saying. You're just saying based off the dynamics that we've already seen so far.
Like it's.
But I'm going to give you this. Episode 3, where we were introduced to them, we got their full personality straight up, like right off the bat. We were introduced to 2 very lovable characters right off the bat.
We were.
And that was a very strong opening compared even to Reiji.
Yeah.
So I ask you, and you have to really think on this one, is their intro to where we absolutely love these characters, is that better, or is where we've already earned what we like about them better?
It's okay. What you're basically...
Because remember, you can't have one without the other.
Yeah, I know. It's literally, this is what made you love them. This is what makes you love them even more. That is literally what it is. So, yeah, I have to agree with you guys. It should be number 2 because the introduction of them needs to be 1 because you can't have it without that. Like, if there's an...
Paul, pause there for a second. Pause. Will, do you agree with anything I just said, or do you still think it goes to number 2?
What? You were just defending keeping it at number 2. I'm very confused by your question.
I meant as in, do you want the intros to go to number 2?
Oh, no, the intros should be above it. This is a great character moment, but again, it's great because you've already done a bunch, so you get more out of the original. This is a fun aside, but you do get more out of that original reveal than this. So I think the original still stands stronger if you put the 2 moments next to each other. And then, like Paul said, it literally is the thing that leads to what you have. So, yeah.
Perfect.
Original moment on top, this one number 2, and then number 3 for the other.
Perfect. See, I'm glad we had a good discussion there. So, that being said, our new S rankings for Gavan Infinity Favorite Moments ranked. We have Episode 3, the Kiki and Koto intros. Episode 4, Koto is territorial of Kiki at the end of the episode. And then Episode 2... Did I say Episode 4? Whoops. Episode 6. Whoops. There we go. And then Episode 2, the Gavarian hallway run.
That hallway run was so
and then,
badass.
Lastly, we have the Gavan Infinity fights ranked. Now, this is a little bit of a weird one. We have 2 different fights in this, but
neither one of them really
I feel like most of it doesn't really count until we get Gavan Infinity to show up, and then he uses the drill. Because it kind of feels like nothing really happens in between, right?
I mean, it's fun, but everything that happens in the first half continues through the second, And then after he
Right.
shows up, it just ramps up from there. So, yeah, you can just call the whole thing one big fight.
Okay. Now, considering at that point that it's like a giant roller coaster, or basically just one giant hill that it's having to climb up until the very end, where we get that Emma's blown up by the drill.
Mm-hmm.
Factor that in, where would we place this in terms of letter grading? Because, like, the drill was cool, but, like, if we're thinking in terms of a fight, it wasn't that great until that point. And even then, Reiji literally only showed up for, like, maybe 30 seconds before he ended up killing it.
Yeah, it really didn't. The fight was mid. Was very
Yeah.
mediocre. It was a very mediocre fight. I would say it's a C fight. There are some cool things that occur, but in total, it wasn't that great. Like,
I agree. But I'm not sure if I sit on C yet. What about you, Will?
I would give it a B. It's middle of the road. You get a bunch of cool stuff with the Phantom Thief. Other people can use the energy. It's not just the Gavans. You can use it without harming the Amorgi. You can do weird, funny stuff with it. Who made the item he has? What does it mean? It's mostly him. If you remove him, this fight drops pretty hard to a C or a D. But including him, I think bumps it up to a B.
Now, you say that. Originally, I was going to put this as a D. I think its saving grace, honestly, was the drill, even though it just, again, happened out of nowhere. But yeah, I think this definitely goes above D. I just realized we haven't done last week's episode for fights. So wherever we put this, just remember, last week's is going to go way below that. So, Paul, you said C?
yeah, I said C because it is a good middle ground. It wasn't the best fight we've seen,
I'm gonna give you...
it hasn't been the worst fight we've seen.
I'm going to give you the letter B's and letter C's, and then we can try to work it out from there.
Okay.
For B, we only have one ranking. It's episode 3, the Luminous Hemption and the Weapon Wheel, which is pretty fucking cool. And then C, we have episode 4, the Ant Flying Attack Fight. Personally, for me, this goes right below the Ant Flying Attack Fight.
Honestly, I agree with that.
I concur.
Alright then.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and update that real quick. So episode 6, continuous fight with drill. Alright, and then episode 5, since we gotta backtrack real quick. Technically there was only one fight. Oh no, there were two.
There's only one fight
You can
that
put them
matters.
together. The first one doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It's literally just part 1, part 2 of the same struggle.
And honestly, the fight was probably the worst thing about that entire episode. Honestly, for me, that entire sequence of fighting for episode 5 is an F.
Wow. Well,
I wouldn't say F.
Motherfucker, last week you told me that was an F episode to begin with.
Yeah, I still stand with it being an F episode. No, what? I was trying to be kind and say, maybe it was a D episode. Maybe it was a D fight. The sword combat was kind of cool, but then I can't even remember it right now. And it was only last week.
All I remember is just being really annoyed by it.
Like, it was just bad. It was bad all around. Like,
Yeah. Will?
yeah, I can agree with that. I was gonna say maybe D, but nah.
Alright. So, it's our first F ranking in the fights, which I can't believe that we actually have to do that this early, but episode 5, just all of it. Alright, cool. Well, we've got everything set up for the rankings. They're all current right now. I can't wait until we actually manage to bump everything up with Death Gavan and have him, ruin everything.
I will say he does. The more I get to see of him, the more badass he looks.
Dude, that broken chest plate,
I
looks
thought that
badass.
broken helmet looked badass. Like, just how it, like...
That too.
They did not...
It almost looks like that he got, fucking, lightning smashed.
Yeah. Like, they did not spare on the costumes. Well...
No. Well, mostly.
Yeah,
Hair guy. No. Yeah. Alright, well, with that being said, we've got nothing else planned. We will see you next week for the next Gavan Infinity episode. You guys have anything else you want to add before we sign off?
Be kind, rewind.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, well, that's it, everyone. Toku for 2 has been activated. Have a good night.
Night, everybody.
Electroplate!